Hey there, Heather Boyd Wire here, and today it's Tip Tuesday. I'm going to show you how to make 3 different kinds of head pins. So for this project, you're going to need your tools. I'm using 20 gauge wire. This is copper wire. You could use sterling as well, and a variety of beads. So to make a very simple head pin, you're just going to take your wire, straighten it out, and then with the flat edge of your cutters, you're just going to cut a piece however long you want. I'll do it a couple of inches and just cut it so that is flat there. And then what you want to do is get your round pliers and just hold the end of the wire. If you find it's a little rough, you could always file it down if you like, and then just turn this around so this end is really flush in there, and bend it out, and there you have a very simple end to your head pin that you can then take your beads and whatever sort of combination you want to do. You can just put a few beads on there. That's a faceted bead. I have like a little spacer bead, and then you can put this is a fancy little speckly bead. Here's a 4mm miracle bead. We'll stick that one on there, and then once you have the number of beads that you want on there, you're going to just eyeball about 1/2 inch, say 3/8 to 1/2 inch, depending on how big you want your loop to be. Cut it off, and then take your round pliers again and bend that back and around. Okay, so back and around, flatten it out if you need to, and there you have your beads strung on your head pin. And from there, you can just take your earring hook and open it up like that, and then stick the little head pin on there, and you have a very simple little earring. So to make a tighter little loop on the end of your head pin, you're going to cut a piece a few inches, and what you want to do is where you want your end to be, you're just going to take this and give it a little bit of bend around with your round pliers, and then you want it like nice and tight. So what you're going to do is just take this end and pull it in as tightly as you can, okay, because you want a nice little tight little circle there, and that's just to really block the bead so it doesn't come off the end. And then you're going to give it a clip with the pointy end of your cutters. Okay, give it a little clip there, and then flatten it out. Okay, you just flatten it out as much as you can. Straighten it out if you need. Push this in. And we're going to push it in a little bit, and then you'll see you have a very tight little end there to block the beads. And then when you put your beads on there, you can just stick them on, and then they won't come off, and it's going to be nice and discreet. And this too, you can put a little spacer bead on there. Okay, put your little faceted bead. These are like 6mm beads, and put as many as you want. You can fit another one on there. I'll put a little 4mm hematite bead, and then see you have about 3/8 of an inch, and that's enough to make a loop. So just hold the end with your pliers, bend it back and around, so we have a second little loop there, and this one has the little tiny end. So to make a fancier end for your head pin, you're going to take about a 4-inch piece, leave as much as you want for the head pin part, and then just bend this out at a right angle. Take your round pliers that are a little bit larger, and then start your circle around here. Okay, and then you can just work your way up with the round pliers to create like a kind of a spiral thing going on. You could use the end of the pen to make the spiral too. So you've made like a little spirally loop, and then make sure this is cut flush on the end. Take your smaller round pliers, hold the end of the wire, bring it in, okay, bring it in so it's nice and tight, so you have one closed end inside, okay, and you bring this in there, okay, and then at this point you can fiddle around with it to get it in there. If you guys have a preferred way of making spirals, go for it. You know, this is sort of one of the ways that I use to make a spiral, so we're just going to do that. And then if you find it's a little bent out of place, you just open it up a bit and bring it in a bit. Sometimes the spirals take a little bit of wiggling, so we'll just bring that in, okay. And then depending on how tight you want the spiral, you could squeeze it in or keep it loose, and then you want to flatten it out a bit. You could even flatten this with you can hammer it, or you could put it through a rolling mill. And then so there you have like sort of a head pin with the spiral on the end, and then we'll go back and get our beads. This one's really cute with the little, it's like a little iridescent heart. We can stick that one on there, okay. And then let's find some other ones. Maybe just a little 4mm miracle bead, and maybe just a round 6mm bead. Maybe we'll just make this one a little bit longer too. So I'll get another round bead, a little hematite bead. Maybe so this one, because I'm going to put all the other ones together and I want the patterns a little alternating, so rather than finish with the hematite bead, I'm going to put it in the middle and then add that one, and you'll see why, because I'm going to add it to the other head pins that I did to begin with. So we're going to go like that. Then this one, cut this one to about 3/8 of an inch again, could be 1/2 inch. Take your round pliers, and this you want the loop to be parallel to this spiral, so we're going to bend it back and around. So this could definitely be an earring on its own, okay, or if we want to do something a little bit fancy, we can take the one that we did first, okay, open it up. So we have these three styles here. These are the 3 head pins that I just made. And then if I want to do something kind of fancy, what I can do is actually take a jump ring, okay, and open it up, and then put these 3 items, these 3 little head pin things, on the jump ring and attach it to the hook. And there you have a fancy earring with 3 little dangly things. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to join my Facebook group, I have a group called the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club, where we share photos of our work and inspire each other. And if you'd like to check out my Etsy shop, my husband and I specialize in wire, wedding cake toppers, and custom jewelry, so I'll link up my shop below as well. And I also have a monthly mailing list, so if you sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook, where I share all kinds of my resources for wire art and jewelry making. And we will see you the next time. Bye!